Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing my weekly predictions video for this upcoming week's episode of the Walking Dead television series on AMC. This one will be for The Walking Dead Season 5, Episode 7, which is called Crossed. And as usual, this will contain spoilers if you guys aren't caught up on The Walking Dead yet, meaning if you haven't seen Season 5, Episode 6, Consumed, then this contains spoilers for that because, of course, we're going to be doing predictions, talking about what we think is going to happen in next week's episode for Crossed. I'll read the description first, and as usual, we have our 3 links in the description. We have the link for the promo, we have the link for the first sneak peek and second sneak peek as they've been uploaded to YouTube. There's also a link to my review. If you guys missed my review for this week for Episode 6, Consumed, it was a really good episode, really enjoyed it. Reviews in the channel, links also in the description for the review as well too. Suggest you check it out if you want to hear my thoughts on what happened there with, of course, last week with Daryl, Carol, and Noah. So this week's episode, so we had a bit of a time skip because, of course, Daryl arrives back at the church with Noah way back in episode 3 at the end. So episode 6 is kind of like it occurs between that time. It's out of chronological order, so to speak. It's like a flashback, kind of, if you think about it. And then so from there, now that Carol's been captured, Carol wakes up in Beth and Dawn's time. It's like, or not when Carol wakes up, but Carol's been captured. Carol was taken there. Beth saw her at the end of episode, 4. Episode 5 was with Abraham and the others, and we don't exactly know in terms of time where they're at, but we can assume that since they left at the end of 3, that's probably the furthest up in terms of time we've seen lately. So in terms of when this episode is going to be taking place, I would think it kind of starts at the end of episode 3, where episode 6 was a flashback to prior to that, because Daryl, of course, arrives. Now Daryl will be there. We'll start episode 7. Daryl will inform the others at the church, I'm assuming, of course, what happened, how he lost Carol, how he's got this, this Noah kid with him, and what, like, who the hell is he, how that happened, right? And, of course, where Beth is, and now they know that she's at this hospital in Atlanta. So, as we can see from the promo, the first link you have there, we have Rick and the others. I counted off from the scenes. They're also devising a plan on where they're going to go. Rick mentioning that they're going to need to be quiet. They're going to need to, I think he says, at sundown we go. We're going to have to be quiet. We're going to have to be fast. And bringing with him, at the very least, from terms of what I saw, was in one solid group all together as he runs up with his gun. You've got the others behind him. I count Rick, Daryl, Noah, Tyrese, and that's it. So Rick, Daryl, Noah, Tyrese, and Sasha. Yeah, Sasha. So that's 5. So they have 5 members going in. Of course, Beth and Carol are on the inside. But they have the initiation. They have the surprise. They're attacking. They're on the attacking front. They know where their enemy is. They have a plan devised. They know the location, and because of Noah, they know a lot of details about the situation. So I would say they have the advantage right now, even though Dawn and the others have two of their members. Dawn doesn't really know that, unless Beth tells her what's going on or what happened, or Carol does. They don't know that, Rick and the others are coming for them. So they'll have the surprise attack. They'll have the advantage in terms of that, and we'll have to see how well that does, because we do not know how many officers Dawn still has. We don't know. We know that at least, probably, we could guess, based on what we've seen, at least 5 minimum, I would think. Her and 4 others minimum, maybe more. It's kind of hard to make a prediction to say exactly, but something like that. So it looks like Rick's group probably has the advantage here, but of course, Dawn and the others are on home field, right? They know that location better than Rick's group possibly could, even if Noah tells them, even if they map it out, everything like that. They have home field advantage once the first initiation takes place and they realize what's up. So it should be really, really exciting. Of course, 2 episodes left leading up to the mid-season finale. Damn shame already, we're almost there. But I think it's been an incredible first half of a season, and I'm excited to, once we get all of the episodes released, during the winter break and stuff, if I have some time off, I'm excited to go back and watch them all. I'm going to marathon them all, start to finish, from the beginning of season 5 all the way to the end. The Walking Dead has such great replay value. You can watch it over and you can get things that you didn't catch first. So definitely looking forward to that. Even though it sucks, there's only 2 episodes left. They look like they're going to be an exciting 2 episodes. Description reads: The Walking Dead Season 5, Episode 7, Crossed. Some members hold down the church while others are on a rescue mission. From Sneak Peek 2, we get to see who's holding down the church. Surprisingly, it's Michonne. I thought she might be going with them, but she may not be good with firearms, so her and her sword are going to stay back and protect the others. Then you have Carl, Judith, and Gabriel, where Carl is trying to take Gabriel through and show him, he needs to pick a weapon. He needs to be able to defend himself. Otherwise, he's not going to make it. Sooner or later, he's going to be killed by either a person or a zombie or something if he has no ability to protect himself, which I agree with Carl. That's right. He does need to learn. He can't always run away. Sometimes you got to, if your back's against the wall, you got to fight your way out. And, being able to kill zombies in a zombie apocalypse, it's pretty important. It's pretty important, of course. So that makes a lot of sense. I was surprised that they're bringing Tyrese instead of Michonne, though, because Tyrese, we've known, and from the comic book series as well, too, is garbage with guns. He's garbage. He's tough as nails, with his hammer and everything in terms of, close range. But against police officers that are trained to use their firearms, that are good with them, it's just... I don't know. I would personally rather bring Michonne with me than Tyrese, but who knows? I mean, you want to have somebody strong to protect the baby, and Carl as well, too. I mean, Carl can look after himself with a firearm. Gabriel's useless, and somebody's got to protect the baby. So I guess it makes sense. You'd leave one strong person back. You'd bring Tyrese with you. That way you have somebody strong there just in case something goes down you don't know about to protect them. Makes sense, right? I guess so. Then, of course, we have Glenn's group, where we see Glenn with, I believe, a gun, and you can see a bunch of zombies. Maybe I don't know if they're heading back towards, the church, or if they're deciding that, hey, you know what, we'll just head through anyway. Why not? Let's just see what happens. But I would assume that they're going back to the church. But, maybe they decided, well, we gave Rick the map, so let's go there anyway, and maybe he's already headed there, because they wouldn't know that Rick and the others are in so much trouble with this group that's taken both Carol and Beth. So I guess we'll have to see what happens with them. We can't say for sure they're going to head back to the church. I think it makes sense they would. I think that's the most logical conclusion, but who knows? Maybe they have trouble with that, or we'll see what happens with that. But from the looks of things, they're not going to be involved in this immediate battle, at least right away, not in episode 7 from the looks of it. So let's see. The second sneak peek, we have... just basically that's the one where Carl's showing Gabriel the weapons. The first promo we've already gone over. It looks great. So there's also a scene with Daryl on a pole outside the church. I don't know what that's all about. I don't know if he's killing a zombie with a pole, or if he's putting something down or something to protect it, or I don't know. I guess we'll have to see. And aside from that, it just looks really, really exciting, man. Looks just awesome. It looks like it's going to be a great mid-season finale. I just can't wait for Coda. I can't wait for this episode, and I can't wait to watch them all again, one at a time, one by one. So I guess we'll see upcoming this episode, how far into this we're going to get. I'm predicting that the battle's not going to be over in one episode between the groups. I highly doubt that. The mid-season finale is still to come, of course, so I'm guessing what's going to happen this episode is we're going to get a big build-up most of the time. Of course, it's 42 minutes. We've got a couple minutes with Carl and the baby and Michonne and Gabriel. Also a scene with Glenn. So I'm thinking we're going to get the planning, we're going to get the beginning, we're going to get the start. They're going to head out on this rescue mission, and then it's going to cut somewhere along the lines of where the end of the episode will be when they first initiate against Dawn's group and all hell breaks loose, I'm guessing. Then that would leave us with a mid-season finale with having basically a really exciting finale, probably with at least one major character death, I would say, from Rick's group, Survivors. I'm thinking either Beth or Carol, one of the two. Maybe because the name of the episode's Crossed this week, maybe Carol and Beth can somehow cross Dawn, or stab her in the back, or do something like that. I don't think Dawn's going to die right away, but by mid-season finale, maybe we'll see them try to escape or do something like that. Maybe Rick's group can, I don't know, maybe they can get him out of there, or maybe one of them will get captured, the other one will get out, and then one will be killed, something along those lines. But I definitely don't think it's going to be resolved in one episode. I think this is going to be a mid-season finale type thing, maybe even episode 9, cliffhanger in the middle, and then have the battle finish episode 9. So I'm predicting it's going to take a little bit, and this week's episode should be a great build-up. I'm thinking Cross is going to be like a huge build-up episode to a huge mid-season finale, which should be great. Hopefully will rival Too Far Gone, but I don't know, maybe that's asking too much. However, The Walking Dead, great start to season 5. Been an incredible season so far. Really, really loved it a lot. It's been awesome. And, only 2 episodes left, but it looks like they're going to be 2 great ones. So really, really good stuff. Really happy with TWD season 5 so far. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you think is going to happen this episode. I'm predicting a build up to the initiation of this big battle between Dawn and Dawn's group and Rick's group. So yeah, and maybe some kind of stabbing in the back, so to speak, with Carol and Beth. We'll see what happens. So, yes, also to mention in the other sneak peek, I forgot to mention, is with Beth, and she's talking to, this is actually the first one, she's talking to Dawn about Carol. They're officers considering taking Carol off of the machines. And because Beth comes up and says to Dawn, or says to the guy, the officer, that he charges his DVD player or whatever with the damn electricity, and he's considering taking her off. This is a person's life, and she's only been there like a day. And she says to him that, and then Dawn says, basically to Beth that you just killed her. We're gonna have to take her off now because you just spoke up, you just did that because. And now, why would she say that? Now, this is something from like a police leadership type of standpoint. She doesn't want there to be dissension in the ranks. She knows that, if she doesn't take her officer's side over the ward's side, because it becomes a side battle then, right? Because it was in front. So it's whose side is Dawn going to take? Dawn probably would have said, well, you know what, let's leave her on for one more day or a couple more days, and then we'll see from there how it goes. Because Beth created this animosity between her and this other guy. If she leaves her on it, then she takes Beth's side, then the other officer may mutiny, right, or may get mad at her. So the way she sees it, or at least this is my view on it from a leadership standpoint from her mind, her psyche, is that she views it as she has no choice. She has to now agree with the officer because she doesn't want the officer to think that she's taking Beth's side over his side, right? So now she doesn't have a choice. She has to. So interesting kind of office politics there, so to speak. But, it makes sense when you view it that way. Most people may not see it as that much, but from a sort of her trying to keep everybody in line perspective, considering she, as far as we know, she killed the previous leader to take over, didn't she? She doesn't want the same thing happening to her, so now she has to do this. So, yeah, it's an interesting way to look at it, but it looks, to me, that's my interpretation of it. That makes sense to me, is that's what she's doing. She feels like now she doesn't have a choice because it's this person versus this person, and she has to side with the officer, even if the officer's wrong in this situation. It doesn't matter. Anyway, let me know what you guys think of all that. If you missed the review, why don't you go ahead, why don't you check out the review. If you're new here, if this is the first time you're seeing the channel, do videos like this on The Walking Dead every day, pretty much, even lately twice a day, 7 days a week. So if you're interested in that, you want to get these videos in your subscriber box, real easy. All you got to do, click the subscribe button, you'll get them, and you can watch them with us. You can talk with us about it in the comments. We can discuss, and you guys can share your predictions. You can give your reviews, your thoughts on it in these videos too. We've got a great community here, lots of great people. If you guys like this predictions video, do me a favor, subscribe if you're new, thumb it up if you're not. And if you want to help support the channel, prevent flagging, prevent the channel from being shut down, please share it, please favorite it. It just protects it a little bit more. If YouTube is to review it and they see a lot of people like it, they're willing to share it, they're willing to favorite it, this kind of thing, it protects it from idiots out there in the world trying to flag it for no reason, even though it's genuine content. It's a genuine review, genuine prediction videos. I work hard at these videos. They're not scams, they're not anything like that. I believe they're good content. So let me know what you guys think and about everything and what you think will happen with Crossed. Episode should be great, and what we're going to see before the mid-season ends, or the mid-season break. Anyway, yeah, that's it for this video, guys. I'll see you for the next one. As always, it's Trev, and I'm saying peace.